Thank you. I've been listening into the speeches, and quite a number of the speeches I've heard have just been very enriching for me as well. So I'm happy to be in the session, and I'm happy to be speaking about this theme this afternoon. One thing I'd like you to do is, for everyone in the room, please, if you have a jotter and a pen, I think it's good that you jot down some of the things I'll be talking about. Although I would also be sharing this presentation, so that's fine. But please write things down. I expect that at some point you want to have questions. Write down your questions. When it's time, I can take them. And you can also type that in the chat box. And it's important you do that. Perhaps you would forget, so just type it in as it goes. And I hope I have a moderator that will take note of the questions in case I miss them, so that when it's time, so that when it's time, someone will read that to me. So let me just do this and put this on presenter view. Okay. So I'm talking about the champion's mentality this afternoon. And it's quite important because, yes, we've seen people that win championships, and many times we even wish we could as well. And honestly, everyone in this world, there's a place we need to win, whether it's in sports, academics, somehow we desire to win in many cases. Parents want their children to win, whether in school, whether in church. We just want to win. We just want to win. And winning makes us feel happy. Winning makes us feel glad. It tells us we're doing something right. Somebody is writing on my screen, so be careful. I think maybe one of the co-hosts. So be careful about the marks of the screen. So being that mentality of a champion is very important, because whenever we win, we feel happy, we feel good. There's something fulfilling about winning. So it's important for us to also understand that, yes, competitions are set aside so that we can have the winner, but in life, we should also be winning. So let me just put that out there right now. Now we have championships to win, we have competitions to win, and I'm sure the people in this room are those that will be competing in a competition, the SHIFT. So I'm going to be directing this also to those that are going to be competing as soon as possible on the SHIFT program. I know we're bringing in our talents and we want to win. Yes. Winning in itself, let me take you through this. And I believe that maybe one way or the other, I'll be able to help you think about what a champion's mentality should be like. And if you have questions, please feel free to ask the questions. So I want this to be very interactive. And I would like you to type. I hope people can type in the chat box. If they can, that would be great. What do these four have in common? I had the question, and I said, none of them won the competition. What competitions did they enter into? If I remember, this is, what's her name? Do you know their names there? Let me test whether we even watch these competitions. Yes? Do we know what's the name of the lady at the top left? Yes?
Omaumi.
Thank you. Like I said, this is going to be very engaging, please. So when I ask questions, answer. Then the person beneath Omaumi is who?
Chike.
Thank you, Chike. Then on the other side, who is the person up there?
Darius Alade.
Beautiful. And beneath Darius Alade is who? Do we know that face? Do you know Jennifer Hudson?
Oh,
so
okay.
She participated in American Idols, yes. She never won that competition, but we don't even know who won that competition, I'm telling you, till today. She took this up. She was just in the top 12 or top 10, or top 8. And she's made a lot of fame. She became famous because she took this as, you know what, if I could be on this stage and I could be top 10, that means there's something about me. And Jennifer Hudson has made it big, even in Hollywood, because she's also into movies. She's found a path in entertainment. Now, these four people were not the winners. I've watched Chike. I think Chike had even entered like 2 competitions. She was on the Voice, although it was like a top 5 that year. But I never won. Chike even went into acting because there were 1 or 2 sitcoms, because I do watch sitcoms on Africa Magic Urban. Quite a number of sitcoms are really nice. He was acting. He started acting before he even went fully into singing. But I believe that I found its expression even through that competition. Something had happened to you. Omaomi did not come first. She came second, of course. But do you know, right after that competition, she was all out. And she's done so well. Beautiful songs. In fact, Daria Talade is one of the people I respect a lot in the industry. And Daria has moved to even producing shows, producing movies. No, Daria is just excellent with a beautiful voice, excellent voice. And his voice has been heard in places we can't even imagine. Very mature audiences in the UK, you know, people that like to listen to really mature music, and they pay quite a lot for people like that. So these guys have not won a competition, but they took part in the competition. And for them to have emerged to a certain extent, they felt, yeah, somehow it shows that there's something that I have and I can give to the world. Talent. God has given every one of us talents. And when we showcase it, it even delights God anyway. So what are we doing with the talents that we have? Now, someone I respect a lot when it comes to championships is Muhammad Ali. And Muhammad Ali is, we call him one of the greatest. In fact, he doesn't care, he just tells you he's the greatest. The guy he tells you he's the greatest. And he said something, there's a quote, that champions aren't made in gyms. Champions are made from something they have deep inside them. A desire, a dream, a vision, okay? A desire, a dream, a vision. They have to have the skill and the will, but the will must be stronger than the skill. The will must be stronger than the skill. So champions are not made in gyms. There's something deep inside someone that is a champion. There's something deep inside him, a desire, a dream, a vision. And of course, by the time you begin to nurture that skill, and then you have the will, and that will must be stronger than the skill indeed. Some of you are in this competition because you have the will to do so. Many would have been in here, but they don't have the will. So having the will in itself is a plus. The will to showcase your talent, it's a big deal because that's where it all starts from. So people don't have the will. That's why they're not here. So that's a very beautiful quote. And the question to you is, why are you in this competition? Why are you in this competition? To showcase your talent? Why are you in this competition? Can I hear somebody tell me why he's in this competition? Why you signed up to this competition? Why did you sign up? Yes? Can someone you could unmute and speak or type in the chat. Why are you in this competition? Okay?
For me, I'll see how far I can push myself beyond my limit and my comfort zone.
Beautiful. You want to push yourself beyond your limits and beyond your comfort zone. That's a beautiful one. Thank you for that. Jay the Great. I need one more person. One more person. Why are you in this competition? And Jay the Great, what's your skill? What's your talent? What skill are you bringing to the table?
Okay, I'll be bringing the talent of music. I'll be singing.
Oh, music. Okay, excellent. All the best, okay? So who else would speak? We've heard from Jay the Great, trader Jay the Great. I'm saying trader. Do you trade? What kind of thing do you trade?
Okay, I'm a financial trader under the forex market now.
Okay, futures market. Forex?
Forex.
Okay, beautiful. Thank you. Matthew, do you want to speak? Do you want to tell us something? Matthew, okay, can you mute yourself if you're not speaking? Matthew, are you speaking? Okay, Riches, Efiomo. You want to say something? Riches? Okay, so let me move on. Looks like we're just unmuted by themselves. So let's look at competition. So what's the benefit of competition? Okay, what's the benefits? What are the benefits of competition? We enter into competition from primary school. Some of us entered spelling bees. We entered maths competition. And you see some children, when they don't win, they feel very bad. Also because parents could also make a child feel bad. I hope you know that. And this is becoming an issue really that is being corrected, even in educational institutions, that your child should enter a competition, it doesn't have to win. But you see, when it's about winning at all costs, then it becomes a challenge. Because some guys, if they don't win, it's like if their life is finished. And that's not the case. What are the benefits of competition? The first is self-improvement. Self-improvement. So part of that will be motivation. Competition motivates you to push your limits and strive for excellence, just like Jay the Great had mentioned earlier. It helps you to set higher goals and work harder to achieve them. Because there's some pressure in this case. Anyway, you're trying to win. You have 5 of you competing for the cup. I want to get the cup, right? So it helps you to improve yourself. It motivates you. Something has to motivate you. Oh, yes. Every one of us have been where we are because something has motivated us to get to this point. So competition motivates you, and it helps to develop your skill. It helps you in continuously improving your skills and knowledge. So I do watch Idols quite a bit, and I'm still watching the current one. And you see some guy, he's there for the third time. And the first time, he didn't enter theater week. The second time, he was in theater week before it was dropped. And for you to be in theater week, it means you're good. And now he has passed theater week and he's top 10. And he's still now in the top 8, I think. So for him, coming for the third time in his life, it's like he's pushing himself further. He's continuously improving his skill. He's saying, you know what, I'll be back next year. And before I come back next year, I would have done 1 or 2 things. I would have taken feedback from the judges, because the judges will give feedback anyway. He must have done that. And he's confident to come back again. So competition leads to self-improvement. And that's why even if you don't win, you must have improved something. Competition also improves your adaptability, resilience, and adaptability. Because each time you face a competition, it helps you and teaches you to handle setbacks and failures. So I just gave an example of this guy. It means that even though he did not get to where he wanted to the first time, he went back. He handled it very well. He didn't, well, I mean, I failed this first time. It doesn't mean I won't pass the next time. So he keeps coming back. So that in itself has built his resilience. And in a competitive environment, you must be adaptable and open to change. Okay? Competition helps you to be adaptable. Because you know what? In competition, you are listening to other people. You're seeing what they're doing. You're gaining one thing or the other from them. That way, you're adaptable. You begin to see, okay, I could also do it this way. Okay, this is what this person did. Because let me tell you, even when you're not in the top, if you're able to look and study and learn, you become more adaptable truly. Study what others did to win. Check them out. You could be their countenance that you kind of liked, or the way they approach the microphone. There will be something that you will take away from there. And that helps you to stay relevant and effective, okay? That's very important. So competition helps you to be adaptable. Number 3, leads to innovation and creativity. It encourages you to think outside the box. So yes, if I didn't get to this point this particular year, what can I do differently next year? What can I do differently the coming one? What can I add to what I'm doing currently? Very important. So we have those that sing. And of course, from singing, they move into some other kind of art. But what they're doing is also with music. Someone can use music to heal people. Someone can use music to create bonds. Someone can decide to say, okay, my music, I'm going to target it towards a certain kind of maybe art. So you could be creative, it could be innovative. Competition helps you because it brings out the best of you and even brings out the things you never knew you could do. I'm telling you, ask some of these guys on those stages, they'll tell you that they never even knew they could push themselves to those levels because competition actually helps you. It pushes you. It brings out your creative juice, okay? So that's very important. And as you're trying to outperform other competitors, of course, you'll be developing new ideas. What can I do differently in the next instance? They're going to call me. What can I bring to the table this time? Okay, these guys have seen this part of me. Is there anything new that I can bring? So that's very important. Competition helps with innovation and creativity. Number 4, networking and collaboration. Competition helps you to build relationships. And you must think of it that this is one of the benefits. You need to learn from others and collaborate. So one good thing I can say about competition is that All of you coming into that space are good in your rights. So rather than thinking about to outperform someone, yes, you are performing them. Yes, it's understandable. Are you also thinking of how can I network with these people? These are really good heads right now. The best of the best singers are in top 10. How can we work together and do a collab, for example? How can we move on with something? So I tell you, competition should help you with building your networking and collaboration skills. If you have not thought about that yet, think about it. Because every one of the people you are competing with are potential collaborators for big projects that you may do in the future. Oh, yes. So think about it. And of course, competition helps you to understand what it is to have a healthy, because people are very competitive, obscenely, in fact. Some people are obscenely competitive. Like, if I don't win, nobody wins. No. If you keep going into competitions and you handle your setbacks, your failures, you're back again, it helps you to know how to participate in healthy competition. It helps you to have a healthy competitive spirit, because that way you see the other person as a collaborator and you have mutual respect for them. It's very important. Okay. Now, what are the potential downsides?
Sorry, ma, please, ma.
Yes.
Sorry, ma, some people are in the waiting room. You might need to grant them access. Thank you, ma.
Oh, I'm the one that should do that.
Yeah, but I think from your end. Thank you, ma.
I think somebody should be a co-host that should be able to.
Yeah. If
Am
you
I
can
the
make me a
host?
co-host, I'll do
Okay,
that.
so I should make you a co-host.
Yes, you are. Thank you.
Yes, because I won't be able to.
Thank you so much. Sorry for.
I'm only seeing host. I'm not seeing any option of co-host today. I can make you a host and then you. I don't know why there is no co-host here. Let me see.
Just continue, ma. We'll try from our end. Just continue, ma.
Okay, so let me make you. Oh dear. I can't even see the people in the waiting room right now. Can I make you a host?
Go ahead, ma.
So then, if you can make me a co-host, that's nice.
All right.
Is that the one that is? Okay, I can see a waiting room. Oh, okay, I can see that. There's one person.
Okay.
Are you the Region 45 shift?
Absolutely.
Okay, so I'll make you a host, but I'm not sure I won't lose my own screen because there's no co-host option here, and I'm wondering why.
All right, just continue.
I'll just continue. I'll just put my mind there if I see any flash of host. Okay.
No problem. Thank you.
Whenever you notice that, just let me know. Okay, so collaboration. And I wanted to give a quick story. So for this Nigeria Idols, there's something I noticed one day. When they get to theater week, they group them. So 2 by 2. So the two of you, you'll do a song and one of you will go home. But it's all the time that one person goes home. Sometimes 2 people could go home, or the 2 could be told to stay because they're really good. So when they were interviewing the 2 of them that were paired, the moment they were pairing them and were interviewing them separately, one of them said, well, he's in this competition to win. He's not even going to be looking at the other person. For her, she's here to win, And when I was listening to that in my mind, I'm like, you will fail. You will fail and you'll fail hopefully. And true to my word, that's what happened. Because obviously, when both of them came to the stage to sing, they were so disjointed. It was obvious that they did not rehearse a song together. They were not there to create a harmony. No, they just wanted to sing very well so that the judges will pick her. So there was just that disconnect. And because of that disconnect, both of them went home. They were disqualified. So really, hello? So I could notice that. And see, if you're in a competition and you're so obsessed with, I have to win, you would end up wounding yourself. That's a fact. And if you see 2 guys that came up and the melody, the harmony was so superb. Both of them were told to remain in that competition. I'm saying this because as much as you're in a competition, you need to network, you need to collaborate. Okay? Be able to respect that every other person is also here to win. Okay? So what are the potential downsides of competition? It has its own downside, of course. And the downside is just to also draw your attention to something you should be wary of, okay? And one of that is burnout. So you could burn out. You could be stressed up and burnt out. Burnt out. So there's a part, of course, continuous competition is what we're talking about. Okay, this people have been burnt out over and over again. Like they're always in a competition, always. Sometimes you need to also go back, look at the feedback, go back, take time, work on yourself, make sure you're okay. But if you're obsessively competitive, truly, you won't even take time to work on the things that you need to work on. So it's something that I'm drawing your attention to. If you're not careful, if you're that obscenely competitive human being, if you're not careful, you can affect your mental and physical health. Because the fact is, if you don't win, you would be sad. If you don't win, you will not feel okay. And that's not what it should be. Okay? It's not what it should be. When you don't win, wish others well too. Sit down, take a seat and just drink a Pepsi or something and watch the rest. And then when we get the winner, hug the winner. Is that not? And say, wow, you made it. Cool. I'm telling you, if you're obscenely competitive, I mean, you can really have mental and physical health challenges. So please watch it. Watch that by all means. Then, of course, for another downside, and I'm calling your attention to this also. Many of us are so focused on short-term wins, short-term. By neglecting the long-term strategic planning, okay, and sustainability. And this is it. We see some people, after a competition, they've done it once or twice, but the third time, because for them, the competition defines them. So if they don't win there, they just hang their boots and say, well, this is not for me. If indeed you have talent, if indeed you have a purpose, and you know that that talent is a dopener for you, you shouldn't focus on short-term things. No, you're looking at the long term. You're looking at a point where, well, let me just continue to express what God has given me. And I know that somehow I'm getting better at it. And someday, opportunity will show its face. So, some of the downsides of someone that is really competitive and always obscenely competitive is that they focus too much on immediate competitive advantages and neglect long-term strategic plans and sustainability. Hello? You know what? The guy that went very well, went to plan, went back, came back, said, you know what, for the last 2 years, I've been working on my crafts. In fact, within those 2 years, I performed here and there. I formed a band. I did this and that. And I think, yeah, I've also learned something new. So I'm coming back to this stage. I'm coming back fresh. That kind of person is not obsessed with short-term wins. He's looking at, there's still time. I still have many years ahead of me. And every day I live it intentionally. That's what you should do as a champion, and not an obscene competitor. I think one of the pastors that spoke talked about being intentional. And I picked that up. And I have a video I'm going to show you as we move on. Anyway. So, what is the champion's mindset? There's this particular picture I use. I use that a lot in my presentations. And probably Bamdeli has seen it as well. There are two mindsets. We have the growth mindset and the fixed mindset. The growth mindset says failure is an opportunity to grow. So if I do not pass this, if I do not win at this, there's another opportunity for me. I'm taking on what I need to do better, and I'm putting that in my craft, and I'm improving on it. Okay? So the growth mindset says challenges help me to grow. Yes. The growth mindset says my effort and attitude determines my abilities. So my attitude to something determines how far I can go. That's what it means. The growth mindset says feedback is constructive. So any feedback I get, and the ability to take feedback is very important for a champion, whatever that feedback might be. Someone might tell you, well, yeah, in this area you did very well, but I feel on this part you went off key. Imagine someone tells you that you went off key, and in your mind they're like, off key, how can I go off key? Does this person no longer be singing? No. In fact, I sing, and I've been singing for a long time, sir. And I do sing. I even did one small single 2 years ago. So I do sing, and I have a very, very musical ear. And I know what good music sounds like. I remember, even during this Nigerian Idols, Some songs I feel were really, really good. One of the judges will just say he had some flat notes. And in my mind, I'm like, where did these guys see flat notes? Even me, I'm questioning the judge. But the truth is this. When you get that kind of feedback, even when you think you're the best, get feedback, take feedback as constructive. Never waste it. Never waste it, no matter how good you are. Even the best of the best that we have, just to get growth is a continuous thing. You continue to grow till you die. My father will be 80 next month. And there's still some advice that I still give him, and he takes it very nicely. He won't tell me because he's older than me, or what have you seen? Oh, yes, because every day we learn, and that's how we grow. The growth mindset says, I like to try new things. It's a beautiful thing. Try new things. Oh, yes. What is the fixed mindset? This guy says, failure is the limit of my abilities. So if I fail again on this one, it shows I cannot go beyond where I am. So I hang my boots, or I hang my microphone. It means there's nothing in here for me. That's the fixed mindset. A fixed mindset says, I'm either good at this thing or I'm not. So there's no in between here. It's either I'm good or not. If these guys are not seeing it, that means I'm not good. I carry myself and go elsewhere. You just throw them something and just get out. That's not how it is. A fixed mindset says, I don't like to be challenged. In fact, a fixed mindset says, when I'm frustrated, I just give up. Just give up. That's a fixed mindset. So what mindset do you have? What mindset do you have is a question. What mindset do you have? So now I want to pick, so also competition helps you to build your resilience, okay? So this is very important. Just a minute, I want to pick up something here. So you know, I'm talking about the champion's mentality, right? So one of the mentality of a champion is resilience. That champion is resilient. You're resilient in the face of setbacks. You view challenges and failures as opportunities. I've spoken about it. You learn and grow rather than insurmountable obstacles. You view challenges and failures as opportunities to learn and grow. Now look at what Muhammad Ali said. He said, I am grateful for all my victories, but I am especially grateful for my losses because they only made me work harder. This man was regarded as the greatest of all time because he called himself like that. So what's the mindset of a champion? Resilience. Resilience. Are you resilient? You need to be resilient in the face of setbacks, because as you enter this competition, you may not win, or you may win. But one thing is, be grateful for every loss. That's a fact. That's resilience. Takes you to the thick and the thin. So be resilient. Resilience is a mindset. Focus is another mindset. Have a clear vision of what you want to achieve. Remain dedicated. Don't even step down on it. No, don't even step down from that. No. If you have a vision, even if you feel that somebody is better than you, don't step down from that vision. No, you continue. Nobody attains anything by stopping. If you're on a track, you are running a 200 meters race, because you know that Usain Bolt is also part of the 200 meters with you. Would you stop running? You will run regardless, even if it's the best runner in this world. The part of your vision for joining this thing is for you to win, regardless of who is running with you. So focus. Have a clear vision. Just your eyes on the ball. Your eyes on the ball. Despite whatever distraction may come your way. Your eyes on the ball. Focus. Even by the time you get to the academy and you see, wow, you see maybe 20 other people or 10 others, and you know them. You know the antecedents. You're like, oh my God, see worship is here. This one is here. Mayakari is here. I'm just giving examples. But can you imagine? You see some people, and you know these people have made a mark in their music journey, or their acting journey, or their dance. And you're like, oh my God, that's not the time to get lily-livered. No. Focus. Remain focused. You are here for something. The same way is here for something. And let me tell you that every year people beat the winner's record. There's never one winner that remains forever. A winner has his records broken. Somebody has to be the winner next year. Even if you've been winning forever, somebody will break your record. So forget it. That, hey, this one's, why can't you be the one that break the record? That's its focus. Eyes on the ball. That's why you are here. Don't let anybody intimidate you. Confidence. Confidence. This is absolutely important. Confidence. Muhammad Ali was one very, this guy, I love his quotes though. He said, I'm the greatest. I'm the world's greatest. And he said, I said that even before I knew I was. So he had one confidence about himself. I was the greatest. And he said, I even said it before I was one. Before I became. And that's the power of talk, self-talk. What do you say to yourself? What do you say to yourself? If you believe in your abilities, believe in your abilities because it's a hallmark of a champion. Sometimes we mix confidence and arrogance. We feel that someone that is confident is arrogance. Not exactly. That's when an arrogant person will speak anyway. And usually someone that has arrogance is filled with pride and it looks down on everybody. So that's a proud, arrogant person. And even the Bible does not like people like that. Because it says that the proud shall be brought down. The proud, God will resist the proud man. So if you're proud, if you're saying that you can do everything by yourself, no. Let me tell you something. Confidence is not pride. It's not arrogance. It's the self-assuredness that comes from preparation and experience. If you know what you're worth, if you know what you can do, then you are confident in that. You can talk about it and say, you know what, I'm going to win because you know you're prepared and from your own experience. And that was one thing that Muhammad Ali did all his life, and people really hated him anyway. That this guy's too cocky, he's too proud. But everything he said, he achieved it. So it's about confidence, your eyes on the ball, trusting in the ability that God has given you, and knowing that you have prepared, you have helped, you have built your skill. The Bible says, "Says the man diligent in his business." Skill is very important, though, even in the scheme of God. And prayer cannot take the place of skill. If you are good at what you do, doors will open to you. People will recognize it. So you need to be confident in your abilities. Bishop David Oyedepo said, your belief is what makes you, because you are the product of your thought. What you believe is what you become, no doubt. What you believe is what you become. So what are you saying about yourself? You know when Jesus was talking to his disciples, and what did these people say I am? Oh, they say you are this, they say. Jesus said, what do you, what do you people, my disciples, my 12, what do you say I am? What do you say I am? Yeah, tell me. I've been with you all this time. What do you say I am? It's about your mindset too, what you believe about yourself. Build confidence. If you believe you can stand before any audience in this world, if anybody tells you, we need someone to come and speak to the presidents of 20 countries, personally, me, I will get up and move there. I am that confident in my ability to speak before any audience. I am so convinced. I'm so convinced about it that if anything whatsoever, if there's an opportunity to come and speak to presidents, I will tell everyone that I can do it. And I'll move there. I will go and speak. It is what it is. Why? Because I've spent years practicing. I've spent years of experience. I've spent years developing my craft. I've spoken. Of course, my experience has taken me to different places, speaking before audiences. So when it's time to take it to another level, I am confident of it. I am confident. So confidence is a mentality of a champion. The next one is mental toughness. Mental toughness. You must be able to handle pressure and stress effectively. It's important. Maintain your composure. Even in high pressure situations, maintain your composure. You know why? Because you're telling yourself, well, I may not win. Someone has to win anyway. Why is it not me? Well, this is the case. What can I learn from this? There's a mental toughness. There are times you're under pressure as well and under stress. Maintain your composure, because if you're not careful, you can buckle. You can actually end up becoming sick or something. You can stress yourself. Mental toughness is important, even beyond competitions, because this world will stress you. There'll be pressure from every side. You will carry some burdens that you never even knew you could carry. It's mental toughness that makes you pull through that. Okay, so champions maintain composure and perform well, even in high pressure situations. So someone tells you, oh, tomorrow is the finale, and you're like, hey, you know, some pressure comes in because you're not beginning to see, wow, I did this, I'm going to compete with, and they tell you a particular audience will be showing up, you're like, oh my God. Man, maintain your composure, because it is when you are composed that you can think. You can think and actually do the right thing, okay? It's when you're mentally tough, you're composed. Then also, there's something called self-discipline as a mentality of a champion. Maintain good habits and routines and avoid temptations that could derail your progress. First, I said you're on a journey. There's a vision. If you don't have a vision, you don't have a destination, then you're going nowhere, truly. With your talent, with your skills, there must be a vision of where you see yourself. There must be. So self-discipline is very important in that regard. So for example, if you need to exercise to keep your voice in check, then do so. If you need to change your diet to keep your body in check and your health, do so. As champions, you also want to be at top notch. You want to be top notch everywhere you go. When opportunities come, you want to be at your best. So self-discipline helps you to be at your best because, of course, there's something called excellence. And we can't, as champions, mediocrity should not find itself in your space. Even in a world where mediocrity is almost now the new excellence. No. Don't be defined by mediocrity. No way, don't be. Okay? Excellence is very important in everything you do. So self-discipline is a great ingredient when it comes to excellence. Self-discipline, it keeps you in check. It's a difficult thing, of course. Self-discipline is painful. Even the Bible says it. That discipline is painful while it lasts. But my dear, the fruit of it is very sweet. Okay? So the mindset of a champion, preparation. If you look at the image I have there, it says success favors the prepared. Success favors the prepared. How prepared are you to leverage every opportunity that comes your way? Now, this competition is an opportunity. Meticulous preparation ensures that champions are ready for any situation. They plan and practice thoroughly to perform at their best when it matters most. I think there was also a show I was watching. Is it America Got Talent or so? And there was a child that came with the mom, and she just insisted that she wanted to perform. And there was an opportunity actually to just bring her forward. And oh my God, that left everybody spellbound. She was put in that competition eventually. She had something, and she knew she had it. And I'm sure she had also been in a place of preparation, whether she's joined a team in school or she was on the school band, whatever that is. But she was prepared. And she seized an opportunity that was very, very unique. So preparation, be always prepared, always, because success favors the prepared. So I don't know what work you've done before now, but how good have you been at preparing for the opportunity that SHIFT is bringing your way? Because at the end of the day, those that have worked really hard at their heart or their craft, we would know them. It's a fact. Those that are consistently in a state of preparation, always practicing, always bringing new things into their craft, you will always know them because there's something that stands them out. So preparation is very important. How are you preparing? How are you preparing? Teamwork and leadership. Oh, this is very important. How many of you know this movie? If you know this movie, can you just say what movie it is? What's this movie? Do you recognize the actors here?
Aquila.
Yes, Aquila and the Bee. So Aquila and the Bee. This is the movie. And you need to watch it. Truly, it's something that's so educational and inspiring. Now, if you notice that when these kids were preparing for the bee, the spelling bee, yeah, there was a whole lot of competition at some point. Some parents would not even allow their sons to rest, like that Chinese or that Asian family. If their child failed, it was like something evil has happened to their family. You know, it was really bad. And Aquila also was almost giving up because he had her own challenges. But one thing was when she and this guy decided to work as a team, and this guy, for example, didn't care whether Aquila won or not. I'm telling you, the guy didn't care. They just worked together. And that really helped them at the end of it all. So teamwork and leadership is key for champions. Whether you like it or not, you need a support network and the ability to work with others. Don't be obsessed with your own winnings and you forget that other people that can also help you, maybe both now and in the future, also present in the space that you are right now. You must learn to work in a team. You must. And even take leadership roles, inspire others. Very important. Don't be so obsessed with yourself. I must win this or not, or nothing else. If you're not careful, you will not win. And then you not have made good friends that will help you to win in the future. I hope you know that you need to leverage on the relationships that you've built. Because someone in the midst here could also help you and say, you know what? I think these are the areas that I could help and coach you through so that I can come in next year. Sometimes we lose sight of things like that. We lose sight of the relationships we could build that could help us into the future. Let's not lose sight of it. Don't be obsessed with winning, that you end up not winning. Someone that is obsessed with winning may even win, but he'll be on his own, I'm telling you. He would win alone because I'm sure in that process, he would have built enemies more than friends. And as he wins and he feels I'm better than yes, I've won, he would have built enemies. If he reaches out for any help in the future, nobody's going to help him out of the rest of the people that was meant to work with as a team. So please, watch that. Competition requires a kind of spirit, okay? That spirit is a spirit of teamwork because iron is what sharpens iron, okay? Iron sharpens iron. We're all good. We're all sharp. Let's sharpen ourselves. Very important. So teamwork and leadership. Take the lead in certain areas. You'll be in the boot camp. Take a lead. Take a lead. Be a leader. Lead others. Inspire people. Suggest things that could make others win. It's okay. I'm telling you. One thing I've learned is by sharing my own ideas, I gain much more in return. I've learned this. I'm telling you. And I know why I'm saying this because I've shared ideas with people and I get a lot more in return. It's like giving one and then getting 10 back because then I can leverage on every other person's thought. And I'm like, okay, interesting. So teamwork and leadership. You need a support network. Build it. Ability to work with others. It's very important. Now, you know, we talked about self-discipline. We've talked about quite a number of things under mentality. I picked a quote from Titi Ojo. It said, the first and biggest victory of all is victory over your own self. There's this self-centeredness that comes with someone that's obscenely competitive. Truly, it's all about me. It's either I win or nobody else. This thing is about me. I must take away the cup. It has to be me. And it happens everywhere. It's like winning competitions. Some people think it just has to be them. I don't know. They're in church, it has to be them that everybody's looking at. They're in school, they have to be. It just has to be them. It's not a good spirit. It's terrible. No. Nobody really succeeds that way. If we're talking about true success, it's not about just being about you and you and you. So the victory over your own self is about giving yourself away as well. That's the victory over yourself. Now, I put this here, and this is very important. Some of us feel that the stage is where we're going to get validation. No, you don't need a competition to validate you in the first place. It's a privilege and it's an opportunity you are leveraging to be on the stage, yes, right? But you don't need a competition to validate you. Instead, be the competition. Who knows these two people? Yes? Who knows these two people? Yes, can I hear you? Who's the first person?
Taffy.
Kafi. And Kafi is a
Dancer.
The dancer. Who is the other person?
Idabasi.
Idabasi. And recently, what did he do? What did she do last year? Broke the world record.
Grammy.
Kafi also broke the
Kukaton.
world record. I hope you know there are two people that broke the Guinness World Record. Kafi was in dance, the longest dance. The year she won that, she was the longest dancer on this earth that year. She decided to break the record by dancing for how many hours? For days. And she broke the record of the last person. So records have to be broken, by the way. So if you're someone that's obscenely, I have to be a champion doesn't remain there forever. It just requires someone to wake up and say, I want to beat you already. So where should we now get so sucked into this? Really? So I said, you don't need a competition to validate you. Instead, be the competition. They set their own terms. They set their own terms. They looked at, okay, this is the Guinness. Okay, I'm going to do this. And I hope you know that before Hilda came up with that, she had been working on it for a few years. She had her eyes set on the focus. And when it was time to unleash, she did. And the whole world knew about her. And that whole breaking of record has moved her to so many. In fact, she's done a whole lot more beyond cooking. And of course, she still cooks because that's what she does. And I have a feeling that the places she's cooking now, with her restaurants and all that as well. So she's a chef of a high pedigree right now. And I won't be surprised if I see her in Nollywood anyway, because it's very easy to get people like that into Nollywood. But she's done this. She's now a brand. She's brand ambassadors to several brands. But she decided to be the competition. Kathy, from that world record, Guinness World Record breaking, Kathy, where Kathy has been in this world. She's a choreographer, top-notch choreographer. For your information, almost every dance video you've seen in this Nigeria, Kathy has been involved with getting the dancers for them, coaching them, and they don't pay her small money. High-end stuff, I tell you. She has a dance school, she has content, she sells, she does, oh my God, what Kathy has done is massive, just from dance. But she was the competition. She became the competition. She didn't wait to go for a dance competition. She decided to break a world record. And she did that independently. Same with Kathy. So be the competition. That's what I want to leave you with. Now look at this guy. Because earlier in the day, I don't know the person that spoke, but I don't know his name. He said, be intentional. The person spoke to you about creating content. So first of all, coming into this competition makes people aware that you have talent. Yes, in a very organized way anyway, okay? So you come into a competition, okay, we know you do. I hope you know that. It also brings you into the limelight because now we know that you have this skill, okay? So it brings you in the limelight. The only thing is that you did not win. But does that take the skill from you? No. Does it take the talent from you because you did not win? No. That means you are still taking your talent with you. You still you. You are your talent, right? So if you did not win, your talent remains with you, okay? You still have the skill. So how are you using it beyond the competition? And I remember one of the pastors that spoke said, create content. Continue in that line. Just continue. Let me see if I can, okay, so let me see if it's possible to share. You may not even hear me, but I'm trying to see if I can, Okay, so let me put this here. I want to share my sound. Okay, so I can share the sound. I don't know if you can hear me, but this guy is Anthony Madu, okay? BBC News. Can you just watch it?
Nigeria's viral ballet dancer. I feel very, very happy because the viral video has brought so many opportunities.
Hearing my voice when I was like younger, it made me kind of like cringe a little bit. Hi, I'm Anthony Madu, and you might recognize me from the video I did 3 years ago, and this is me now. Where me and my family lived, there was like no ballet or any dance school there. So after we moved, I found like a ballet school. The day that the video went viral, I wasn't meant to go for class that day. I was just doing the dance, and then my dance teacher decided to film it. When I came for practice the next day, he told me that it's got like over thousands of views and stuff. When I had the US scholarship, I had to do it online because it was during COVID times and I couldn't really travel.
The Kennedy administration, led by Attorney General Robert Kennedy.
When I came to the UK into Birmingham, I saw how like the classes were and all that, how different to Nigeria it was, and I kind of like really wanted to be here but like didn't know how to. And then the next day I found out I got a scholarship, which was surprising as well.
It is very rare to see young boys getting scholarships from Africa to go outside to dance, but because also ballet is quite expensive, and over the years ballet is linked to only the elite community, and now slowly we are breaking it.
Being away from my family for like a long time. For the first year, it felt really, really, really hard trying to adjust to like the weather compared to Nigeria, and also missing home as well.
Hello.
Hello. When my mum heard my accent, she talked about it changing, saying that like she couldn't understand me and stuff like that.
You're trying to get it longer.
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't know, I just want to.
When next you come back to Nigeria, we'll cut it.
No.
I never dream of my son going to UK, not to talk of studying over there.
I think this is the last cultural day he has here in Nigeria before he travels.
In terms of academics, there are a lot more things that you could do. I like how I just left it like this. When I was in Nigeria, I didn't do stuff like art. So after ballet, contemporary is like my favourite and so on.
Okay, so I thought I should show you that. Let me see.
Yeah, we do like more like classical ballet. It has to be like that, like.
Okay, so I've just shown you a child, Anthony Madu, you see where he was even living, but he had a gift in ballet and was intentional about showcasing his talent. He didn't go for a competition, no, but it was intentional. You could notice in the video. How many of you were able to watch the video? I hope you were able to. Let me just confirm that. Were you able to watch the video with me? And you heard the voice?
Surely, yes, we did.
Okay, great. So what are if there's something you got from that, can you share with me? Because I'm just about my last second to the last slide. If there's something that you took away from that video, yes?
Yes, sir.
For me, I would say he didn't let his location define him. He gave every step, every practice, every commitment, gave it his all, and the fruit of the labor came. So, yeah.
Great. Thank you. One more person. We have about 18 people here. Can somebody also tell me what they gained from this video?
So mine is two. One is seriously speaking, and one is on a lighter mode. The first one is there's no limit to what you can attain in life. There's no limit. Then the one on the lighter mode is his accent changed. Thank you.
Yes, his mother even said it like this one. Interested, yes. Okay, so there's no limit to what you can achieve. Definitely, we saw him in the rain right there, dirty water, but we're still dancing his ballet and recording, which is really interesting, right? The mother said, I never ever knew my child could go and study abroad. But that was a very talented child anyway. And every one of us in this room are coming with a talent or the other. And like I said, the stage should not define you. Because your talent is inbuilt, it's inside you, it is you. It's your talent that defines you, right? So everywhere you go, you carry your talent with you. But if you enter a competition and you don't win, it doesn't mean you don't have the talent, you have it. It's to nurture it, it's to take it back, it's to prepare again, it's to get more creative, get more innovative, work on it if you're not there yet. I remember, and of course, I don't miss Nigeria Idols. I don't. I've been watching it since forever. Even the one that Mercy Chingo won, I watched it. And Project Fame and The Voice. Anything musical competition, I'm always there. And I remember that when some of the guys that want to compete, when they come in and the first audition, you see someone just singing in a very terrible way. I'm like, doesn't this one know he's coming for a competition? I'm like, what told this guy can't sing? But the truth is, in his mind, he feels he can't sing anyway. But then, in some cases, the judges will tell you, you're not ready yet. And I've seen Omaomi tell someone that you know what, we're not really ready for this competition because you still have some work to do. So imagine if someone says, oh, these judges, they didn't even pick me, saying I'm not ready. What does it mean? When someone says you're not ready yet, you still have some things to do. Please go back and do what you need to do. So it's important. Please don't forget that part. Why I keep saying this. I don't know why it keeps coming back. But there's a part of preparation. There's something called process. There is a process. A child is born in 9 months. There's a process that a fetus goes through before it becomes ready to be born. If a child is not ready, fetus is not ready to come out, and it comes out teacher will be dead. It's a fact. So let's also be careful that we are ready, that we're also ready, okay? Because sometimes some of us feel we are ready. We've not given the process that, and this competition could be a process for you as well. You want it to be a process that will test you, the process that will fine-tune what you have, because definitely you'll be going through some activity. So value the process. Value the process. If you do not win, it's okay. What you have learned and what you have gained will stay with you. You will not leave this academy the same way you came in. It's not possible. That's a fact. Something would have changed about you. So value the process. Value the process. Like that guy, he was intentional about showcasing what he had. And he made every moment count. He made every moment count. He made every moment count. Okay? That's very important. So when he was dancing in the sun or in the rain, he recorded it. It made sense to him. Okay, everything I do, I don't care if I was even in the mud. Sometimes we feel that when I'm singing, I'm leading praise. See, as someone that maybe you give your best in church or when you're singing praise worship. We don't have even one video of you leading praise. Not tell someone I know to sing. I'm wondering. Let me tell you this, and I'm saying this without sense of humility, a sense of commitment to my craft. So I am a speaker. I do speak and I sing, but I'm not a professional singer. And I've told someone that maybe towards the latter part of my life, I'll probably have a band. I've said that before. Somebody was laughing. I said, I just feel maybe I'll just end up singing for people. I don't know. Maybe, who knows? But for speaking, now, there was an event and it was a very big event. And the people that were planning it actually mentioned my name as one of the speakers, the lead speakers. And one of the guys, I think one international person was saying, because they're looking at people that will come and speak, surely. So he was asking questions about this person you suggested. Who is she? And you know what? I got a call, and the person called and said, we are debating about you right now. We're talking about you right now as one of the speakers for this conference. And someone is asking that we should show him what you have done in this space. So right now, it is an emergency. We're still in this meeting. I need you to send me at least one place where you're speaking. I need to see. We need a video, Titi. That's the only way we can convince this person, because 3 of us on this table are convinced that we want you to come and speak. But this guy is saying, can I see a video of this person? Can I see an audience she's speaking to? I'm telling you, I'm saying this because content is very important. Someone might need to see something you've done. And you might think it's just small things. Even the little things you think is small might not be small to someone that's checking you out. May not be small. Simple things. In 2014, I got selected as a Hubert Humphrey Fellow, and I was at Cornell University for 1 year, actually, for a Fulbright program, fully sponsored by US government. And one thing is, when I was writing my application at the time, there were 2 questions I will never forget. And those 2 questions were for us to showcase our leadership ability. And we're not looking at maybe leading an organization. That wasn't what we're looking at. Do you know, I wrote about the fact that I led the choir because I was HOD of the choir in Central Parish for 10 good years before I left. So I wrote it there. And I mentioned, well, as the HOD, we were over, at the time was about 70 people, adults and all that. Just talking about that story alone, to say I was HOD of a choir, and that choir was a mixed choir. I had people that were the age of my parents there. I had those that were my age, younger than me. And I was able to move the choir from this level to this level before I left. Alone. Just the fact that you are leading an organization that most people just are voluntary people. You didn't pay them to come there. I hope you know, leading people that are voluntary and people that are paid, there are 2 different kettles of fish. The person being paid will stay because that's where his bread comes from. The person that is not paid can decide to carry his bag and leave. So I put that, and I put it because one other guy that was also a fellow was like, Titi, the little things you think you are doing are the big deals that these people are looking at. For us, we feel, even places you volunteer, put it there. For us, we feel volunteer. Well, I just help to serve meals at something. That is very important. To say that you're part of a conference and you worked with the registration team, or you say you performed at this, so there was your auntie's birthday, you're the one that sang the opening song. You will think it's a joke to you, but it matters to someone. So be intentional. Create content if you must. Please do. Let us be able to find you and know that you can do this thing. Somebody might just watch it and say there's something about this lady somewhere. There are times you could just put up, maybe find a studio, create a song, do something, just push it out. Oh yes, be creative, be different, be innovative. This is how life is. It said favor. What is that? Let me even look for that quote I gave you. This is I want to take you to that quote. Success favors the prepared. And I was going back to that quote. The prepared. And in your place of preparation is, I'm singing here, I'm doing this, I'm putting out, it's part of your preparation. Coming for this competition, part of your preparation. You may win, you may not win, but it's part of your preparation. It's part of the process. So take it as such that whatever happens at the end of the day, we're all here to win. There can only be one winner, maybe, or 3 out of 50, who knows? So every moment here will count. Every moment I spend in this academy will count for me. Every moment will count. My rehearsals will count. When the time to come and sing one and solo, it will count. Somebody will record it. When it's time for duet, somebody should at least capture a minute of it. Let it count, because this academy might even be what will really be the place I'm going to get good content, actually, because you're also getting coached. I believe you're getting coached and you're getting feedback, okay? So be creative, be innovative, be different. As you move out of the academy, as well, think about it. Where can I apply my skills? So there's this guy, he used to be a comedian. I knew him as a comedian, but now he's full-time music. And somehow he brought music into his craft. And now he's he's a big-time musician in Nigeria here, besides with comedy. But he brought his music skill into comedy. And today, he's doing so well. So be creative, be different, be innovative. The scripture that says, "Says that a man diligent in his business, he shall stand before kings, he shall not stand before men." It's so true. Diligence requires time, it requires effort, it requires intentionality. As much as you have a vision and a goal for where you want this skill, this talent to take you, you must be diligent about it. You must be intentional about it. Don't be emotional about it. Trust me. Sometimes you are not even meant to be where you should be, but you are trying to just please people. And for that, you are shortchanging yourself in line with in achieving the vision you set for yourself. This is not a time to buckle. Be intentional. Ask for what you need. If it's going to help you to get to the place of your talent or your vision, do that. Be intentional, please. And this will be all for today. I know I could go on and on because I'm getting emotional too about talking about being